And then you have like literally have to surrender to yourself and your ego and say, I am not who I thought I was. And what does that even mean now? What do I do now? And that's one of the things that I find really great about the job I do is I'm getting a chance to help people answer those questions about themselves, because I can kind of see their authentic versus their, what they think they're supposed to do. And I can kind of mirror back for them who they truly are.
So when you're working with people, how do you, or what are some of the signs that you first recognize or help people to start to recognize in themselves that they may not be living authentic to who they really are? What are some of the things you see in people?
Well, I do think that the have-tos and the shoulds are very, very profound.
Yes.
And a lot of those are in the language, but just even people will come to me and literally be like, I surrender to you, do anything you want to me. I need the answers because I'm really stuck. And I will get into their consciousness, and their consciousness, we're not even using words, and their consciousness will fight me and say, no, that's who I've been. That's who I am. I can't change this. Right. So a lot of times it's the kind of rigid energies that I notice, people like rigid thinking, having trouble questioning themselves. Most people don't, most people, the first idea isn't to come to an energy healer. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
some people are just built that way, but a lot of my clients are just at their wits' end and cannot find the solutions. And they're coming to me because they're like, I I can't get to the bottom of it. In fact, a lot of times therapists will refer their people to me to get some answers about what maybe is hidden, so that then they can go back to therapy and say, let's work on this. So that's kind of a cool thing. But mostly what I'm seeing is people's lives. I've heard another guest of yours talk about this, the spiral, right?
Yes.
The healing spiral, and revisiting that thing over and over and over. And that's kind of when I start to ask people to recognize their patterns, or they're in a pattern of something where they're just like, really, I have to do this again. That's typically when you're facing some sort of belief system or energy programming that was installed probably before you could talk. And, it's just playing out and how you manifest your reality. I mean, let's face it, our eyeballs are, our ears, our mouths, our nose, our whole system is geared to making us perceive what we think we're supposed to perceive. And
Yes.
sometimes that isn't the truth. And so helping people change that, by just changing, I mean, literally just sometimes look at this facet of the diamond instead. And it's like the whole world opens up for them. So I guess that was a long way of saying, what do I see in people? Mostly just real strong desire to change, real strong desire to know that something can be different, but it's not getting different. Often is what motivates people to come to me.